Here is the latest from Oil City News on K2 Radio.
A Natrona County man was sentenced to 4 to 8 years in prison for burglarizing his employer's shop and stealing thousands of dollars of equipment and goods. In addition to the various sentimental items that were taken, the owner of the small construction business lost specialized tools that affected his ability to complete and take on contract work. This case started on the morning of January 31st when owners of the construction business off of Salt Creek Highway came back from out of town to discover the burglary and theft of various tools and property, including a generator valued at almost $1,300, a $2,000 multi-purpose magnet drill, 2 flat-screen televisions, and a red 2019 Ford truck. Later that day, after the investigation began, the truck was found abandoned at a church. One of the victimized business owners told the judge she believed Facebook communications with the pastor ultimately prevented it from being permanently stolen. She also said that a camper on the property had also been burglarized and many valuables were found in piles, indicating the thieves meant to come back. She said the total loss to the business was about $10,000, and they still continue to find items missing. The other shop owner told investigators about a week later he suspected his former employee, William Brandon Watson, of being culpable due to him texting his son demanding $1,000 in reward money to get some of the property back. The sheriff's office went public with the case, seeking tips in late February. An anonymous caller spoke to an investigator and said Watson had not acted alone in the burglary, that he had been complaining about not deleting his phone information from the stolen Ford's Bluetooth system before ditching it. So, one of the investigators got a warrant for Watson's phone and was able to match its information to data stored in the truck's module, which showed that Watson's phone had connected to the Bluetooth system 10 times throughout the day on January 31st. Watson said at least 2 other people had been involved, one who helped with the burglary and one who bought some of the stolen goods. As of Monday, he still refused to reveal the identity of those 2 people, and they remain at large. New reports show the growing economic impact that the University of Wyoming is bringing to the state. Findings show that the university brings over 14,700 jobs to Wyoming, and it's added more than $720 million in value annually. When considering the additional impact of UW alumni living and working in Wyoming, their estimated total earnings are about $394 million annually, with a value-added impact of $640 million to the state's economy, bringing the total contribution to $1.36 billion. But the university's impact on the state is much broader than just technical economic impacts, as it provides broad access to educational opportunities and contributes in many ways to the full social, business, cultural, creative, and economic environment of the state. The study was led by economist Ann Alexander, who conducted the 2014 study as well. The report also highlights UW's presence around Wyoming, including providing courses and degrees for those who can't attend in Laramie, research that advances fundamental understanding and practical solutions for business, industry and government challenges, academic programming, workshops and seminars, and access to legal services, health services, and library databases. In other news, the Wyoming Department of Transportation has rolled out new conservation license plates featuring pronghorn. Every year, there are over 8,000 wildlife vehicle collisions annually in the state of Wyoming. That's 21 wildlife collisions every day. WYDOT estimates an average of $11,600 in injury and property damage costs per big game collision, and the burden grows greater when factoring the impacts to wildlife. Annually in Wyoming, collisions result in $24 to $29 million in personal injury costs and $20 to $23 million per year in wildlife costs. This new plate was created as a result of Wyoming legislatures passing House Bill 39 in 2018 to create the conservation plate to help fund efforts to reduce crashes between wildlife and vehicles. In 2023, wildlife vehicle crashes made up almost 16% of all reported traffic crashes in the state. Highway underpasses and overpasses, coupled with fencing, can reduce crashes by, they predict, 85% and ensure animals can safely cross roads to get to seasonal ranges.